What's good, guys, and welcome back to All United PNG. We are back with another match day review. Sorry, guys. Last game at home, 2-2 draw. Against Southampton. And I gotta say, I wasn't expecting that. I honestly wasn't expecting a draw. I did know that. We had the same team. We kept the same team for 4 games straight. In the 5th game, manager was gonna line the same starting lineup. But a lot of Manchester United fans did say that fatigue would start to play in. Obviously, playing that amount of matches in that close period of time would take a big toll. But yeah, guys, it was really evident, from the get-go, we started slow. I mean, Southampton came out there with energy. They were pushing, they were in our faces, and you could really tell, But, yes, you could see that, we were already put on the back foot in the first 10-15 minutes, and that's what teams try to do when they come to Old Trafford, because they know that once United sort of get a hold or get a grip of the game, then it's pretty much no turning back. And that didn't happen, unfortunately, until we were 1-0 down. Paul Pogba loses the ball right in front of the D. There's a pass from David De Gea, and it's just lazy, or it's just that tiredness or whatever it was, but he doesn't seem to check his shoulder, and he doesn't see as a player. I don't know if anyone's yelling out at him, man on, or someone's coming, but yeah, so he gets the ball and he turns and he's easily shrugged off. So he loses the ball not far from the 18-yard box, and Southampton capitalized on it. Doesn't look like much David De Gea could do. Powerful shot through to the roof of the net. But yes, guys, after they scored, we all know what our club's like. Go down 1-0, 2-0 at the beginning of the game. You're gonna have to expect a fight back, and that's what happened. We got to fight back. The boys fought back, and they fought back. It was pure excitement, and it almost felt like, oh yeah, no worries, like they score, wasn't worried. And we go, and then what was it, like 4 minutes later, 5 minutes later, we scored 2 quick fire goals. Tony, Rashford and Tony. And by halftime, it's sweet. But then second half comes out, and then that's a whole nother story again. It honestly felt like we had lost this one, guys. Even though it was a draw, it was a really hard one to swallow, especially coming off the back of such high standard performance, and really devastating finishing and shots on goal, with all these high numbers, and we were up there. And then we play Southampton, and then our standards and what we give out are like just below average, especially in the second half. Our stats and our numbers are terrible, and I hope that's something the manager and the players look over again. But that second half performance was rubbish. They had more shots than us, they had more passes than us, they had more crosses than us. They just totally opened us apart in that second half, and it wasn't nice to see, guys. Our team was put on the back foot in that second half, and then when you take Paul Pogba off and Bruno Fernandes off, we lose possession. Like we don't have anyone in midfield who can play that progressive ball forward, or who can hold possession for us. And I don't know, you can blame the manager for this one. You can blame his tactics and his, substitution decision. But we could see that we were being pressed from, straight from when the second half began. We were being pressed like hell. These guys were in our faces, and they didn't give us a chance to play the ball out from the back. So a few times David De Gea had to go long. which was good. But one thing I would criticize the manager for is, not changing his style of play, or his, not bringing in Dan James for Mason Greenwood. I don't think was the best decision or the best move. I mean, Dan James isn't going to hold the ball up for you. He isn't going to hold possession and play that, sort of 1-2 passing in midfield and keeping the ball for you. But he didn't. Dan James, when he came on there's not much he could have done. But then again, in saying that, you gotta see what the manager has on the bench. He only had Scott McTominay and Fred, as the two that were most likely to go on and do something, apart from the other guys that were there. So, he didn't have much in his disposal. But he should have gone with Odion Ighalo and just kept playing that ball along. Even put Scott McTominay as another striker just to hold the ball up there. We did lose Brendan Williams as well. We did play with 10 men towards the last 5 minutes of the game, but that's no excuse. It's disappointing. It honestly feels like a loss. Every time watching these highlights and going over the game again, it's not an easy one to swallow. Just knowing that we had the opportunity in our hands to sort of secure our spot for top 3 and Champions League spot, and we just drop it again. The pressure get to us, or was it? I don't know what it was. Someone tell me what it was, but it definitely wasn't at the standard that we were used to. Rotation is a must, but when you sort of find your best 11, you want to use the best players you have on the day, and that's honestly, I agree with that. But yeah, the guys just looked past, and I'm expecting a few rotations for this Crystal Palace game, because that's going to be another big one. And just like every game going towards the end of the season is going to be a huge one for the team. The team just looked puffed, just tired. We definitely need another centre back, and a good centre defensive midfielder. And we need someone on that right wing. I mean, I see Aaron Wan-Bissaka, doing his best, dribbling and trying to, play that attacking role as well and be that attacking input on the right side. But, he's sparking, but it's just, it's just, I don't know. So we definitely need a right winger. Jadon Sancho is definitely our guy. We need to go all out for him this summer. We just need to strengthen the squad, and we just need that squad depth. Our squad depth has really let us down. Bring in maybe just 4 more players, fill in the squad, have a lot more first team sort of players and midfielders available, and I think that'll help us, because this game, if we had better ball playing midfielders, progressive midfielders, you could have, or even another creative player, you could have done, taken Bruno out, brought him in, and just made sure that we kept the ball up, up in the opposition half and not in our own defensive zone. And then we failed, we gave away that corner, and then, in the last minute of the game, they put it in, and it's another defensive error again. Weak in defense. Clearly got to blame Victor Lindelof and, Harry Maguire there as well. Communication in the dying stages of the game is where you really, really need to be sort of alert and ready, and these guys just... I don't know what they're doing. But yes, guys, very disappointing result. I cannot wait for the Crystal Palace game. Even though, it wasn't the result we wanted, there's still a lot of positivities and there's still a lot of positive things to take away from this match. Pogba and Bruno putting in, another good display, and it shows us how much we need these two, or how much we need players like that. because I'm pretty sure that once Pogba came off, our possession in midfield or throughout the game in the second half dropped, and when Bruno came off, it just went. I think it ended up at like 16% or something like that. That's terrible. But yes, guys, obviously, squad depth is another thing, and having like for like players to just come in and fill in those positions and don't have a drop in standard. That's something the club need to work on, and that's something we need to get sorted, if we're going to be challenging next season. But yes, guys, the next game can't come soon enough. I'm expecting rotations, it's interesting to see with who's going to be covering at left back, because Luke Shaw did look like he came off hard with an ankle injury, and Brendan Williams had the knock to the head, or the gash to the under the eye. So I'm pretty sure both those guys might be missing out in the next game. So it'll be interesting to see if we go with Laird or Delo to fill in that left back spot, guys. But this will be an interesting one. Another big game again. I'm expecting the other back three to be the same. Midfielders as well. Are we going to be rotating again? Will we need to? We might to, but the big thing in midfield is I definitely think that we need Pogba and Bruno in there at the same time. If we want a chance at anything, really, we need to have Pogba and Bruno in there at the same time. But yes, guys, not the result United fans were hoping for, but I can say that top four isn't out of our hands yet. A lot of United fans are going crazy and, Ollie this, Ollie that, or blame the players, whatever. But, guys, this is just one bad result. And, it wasn't even a loss, All we can say is, yes, it's sort of 1 point over Chelsea and Leicester. But, at Manchester United, we don't play for draws, we expect wins. And yes, it was a disappointing match and disappointing result, but 7 months ago we would definitely be struggling. So where we are right now is as progress has been made. So guys, I reckon that this is just a little blip, and let's just look forward to the next game. Let's just look forward to Crystal Palace coming up. Let's shrug this off, and we go again. We still had the chance to make top three. Chelsea won their match this morning, and I still believe that Chelsea and Leicester will fuck up, and we will have another chance to play for that number 3 spot. But yes, guys, that was it. Let me know in the comments how you guys are feeling about the loss. The draw. It feels like a loss. Let me know in the comments below, guys. If you're new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell. And please give a like to the video. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.